Question 1. ASU Project Humanities brings together individuals and communities to do 3 things. Now, what are those 3 things? A, talk, listen, and connect. B, eat, drink, and be merry. Or C, eat, pray, and love. Now, all 3 of those are very good answers, but only one of them is for Project Humanities. Talk, listen, and connect.
Or we say a shorthand for that is TLC. You want a little TLC.
Very nice.
Some tender loving care, Project Humanities, talking, listening, connecting. And we think that there's so many ways in which talking, listening, connecting is undervalued and unappreciated. But when there's a crisis or something that challenges us, then we somehow value it then, and we want to value it all the time and bring people together to do stuff.
So question 2, Project Humanities is celebrating what anniversary this year in 2021? Is it A, 6 months, B, first year, or is it C, its 10th anniversary?
That's it.
10 years. That's pretty amazing.
The big one. Well, you know, in the big scheme of things, it's not 50, it's not 100, but in this climate where humanities more broadly is often the first thing to go on chopping blocks, that's really a good thing, because we still, as a society, haven't quite come to grips with the fact that humanities matters. We can't even define it, much less determine if it matters. Arts, people know about a performance or a production or a something. But when it comes to humanities, that's how we try to define it, as talking, listening, connecting, rather than saying, well, it's about these disciplines. And that really has been an effort to demystify and to show that you can be, you can have humanist principles no matter what your discipline is and whether or not you go to college. You can be a decent human being. So it's not about what it means to be human, but it means how are we human?
Question 3. ASU Project Humanities hosts an annual Hacks for Humanity Hackathon for Social Good. What is a hackathon? 1 or A, depending on how you take a look at it.
Okay.
An opportunity to break into others' privacy settings to wreak havoc. 2 or B, a 3-day multidisciplinary event that brings together techies and non-techies to create solutions to common social challenges. Or 3 or C, an award show to showcase the best and brightest kitchen knife collections. And it is a 3-day multidisciplinary event that brings together techies, non-techies to create solutions to common social changes.
And this will be our 8th year in 2021, and 2020, of course, we were this close to canceling it because we couldn't do it in person. It's really a lot of fun to do in person. You know, it's bringing people together who don't necessarily know each other or work together, putting them in these random teams, and then giving them a task. And then by the end of 3 days, they come up with these products based on parameters that we've given them. So they do all kinds of things like a business proposal. We have workshops. We have fun things like midnight disco parties. There's lots of food. There's lots of networking. And we were really, as I said, this close to canceling it, but we decided to do it virtually. And while it wasn't exactly the same as in person, it opened up possibilities so that we had attendees from 4 states and 14 countries. And we were able to keep people there engaged for 3 days. Now, you're not glued to your screen or your laptop, but you are put in these groups, and the groups are working. And at the end of this, they all come together and present their products, and we give them great prizes that have been provided by our sponsors through sponsorships. And we build it around something that's come up later, Humanity 101.
All right. ASU Project Humanities is A, a university course at ASU. B, a special volunteer opportunity for building homes in underserved communities. C, a multiple award-winning initiative at Arizona State University that reaches across disciplines, generations, and professions. So what do you think ASU Project Humanities is? C, a multiple award-winning initiative at ASU University that reaches across disciplines, generations, and professions.
That's it. So it's not just about people who do languages or people who do philosophy or history or religious studies. Everybody has a place in the Project Humanities arena, and we invite people. And notice those hands there. That's a clue to one of the answers later. Yes.
On question 5. So, ASU Project Humanities hand graphic embodies this concept. A, how elementary school children draw the Thanksgiving hand turkey. B, we can be as separate as the fingers, yet as the hand in matters of mutual progress. From Booker T. Washington. Or C, you just have no idea why it has that logo.
Yes, that's it. Separate as the fingers, yet one as the hand. That's loosely borrowed from Booker T. Washington and Up from Slavery. And what we like here is that, yes, initially it had that kind of look as the Thanksgiving turkey hand, but then we added more people to it. There we go. Added more people to it. So it's people moving in a direction. And we've carried that motif through a lot of what we do because we think that it's not as if people can't do anything by themselves. What it means is that we can be better and we can get more things done potentially when we're all on the same page.
Right. All right, question 6. ASU Project Humanities has created programming about what they call Humanities 101. What is Humanity 101? A course offered by many colleges like English 101, History 101, or Math 101. Is it B, a series of trainings that teach volunteers how to build small homes through Habitat for Humanity? Or C, a virtual and real toolbox of events, strategies, and programs promoting the 7 disciplines: compassion, respect, integrity, kindness, forgiveness, empathy, and self-reflection. And it is a virtual and real toolbox of event strategies and programs promoting the 7 principles of compassion, respect, integrity, kindness, forgiveness, empathy, and self-reflection.
See, imagine that. I mean, in a world where these are perceived as desserts, we look at these as the menu. And people may have seen this or will. We have these magnets sort of everywhere when you come to our events. Oops, let me get it on there. And it's not a course. It's not it's a series of programs. And I also want to remind people that this is not faith-based, because sometimes we look at these and people think, oh, this must be some religion. You're trying to convert me. That is not what we're doing. What we're trying to do is to offer people the possibility of having faith in humanity and the possible goodness that counters some of the headlines that we see. And we also want this to be a drumbeat so that we don't have to wait until there's a 9/11 or until there's a George Floyd murder or the murders that came after that to sort of recognize how these values exist in one form or another across cultures. So how can we celebrate that? How can we have a movement where people are actually consciously thinking of these principles in ways that are not just about your personal enrichment, but also if you're in an organization, is your organization practicing these principles and how it deals with customers and clients?
Moving on to question 7. ASU Project Humanities for the past 6 years has done outreach.
Has done outreach. Yeah, we got the grammar since this is grammar day.
Oh, there come the grammar police. Okay, I guess.
Has done outreach, yes.
All right. So A, give unsheltered individuals a home. B, give unsheltered individuals a job. Or C, give unsheltered individuals some basic human kindness along with shoes, toiletries, and clothing. So for the past 6 years, Project Humanities has done outreach to downtown communities with the goal of giving unsheltered individuals some basic human kindness along with shoes, toiletries, and clothing.
Yep. And this is obviously pre-COVID, but the idea is volunteers come from all over the valley, and we were there from 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 every other Saturday morning with about 150 to 200 clients. We are their personal shoppers, and we give them items that are sort of everyday items. We're not promising people a job. We're not promising people we can get them a house. What we can do sometimes is connect them to other organizations. So we have an expanding network of people who can provide services.
And on to question 8. In Project Humanities' 6 years of doing homeless outreach, the most requested item among their clients and unsheltered individuals across the country is A, toothpaste and toothbrush, B, deodorant, or C, socks. Which of those is the most requested item? And it's socks.
Yes. And we are so pleased that we have a partnership with Bombas Socks. Some of you may have heard of Bombas Socks. They are really, really, really quality socks. And for every pair that they sell, they give X number of pairs to organizations doing this kind of homeless outreach. And we have been wonderfully pleased with that partnership. And that's one thing that we can always have is socks.
In order to join the ASU Project Humanities effects, people need to.
I think that should be efforts.
I know. I was like, I think that's what I said that. And I'm like, uh-oh.
Right. Efforts. Yeah. Effective efforts. We can
There we go. Effective efforts. Nice
right.
say.
Right.
Okay. A, do they need to pay $1 million up front before they even do anything? B, commit to 100 volunteer hours a week? Or C, let Project Humanities know how they will participate by sending a message to Project Humanities at asu.edu or by calling 480-727-7030. And I have a feeling there may be operators waiting for your call at this very moment, not to give an answer away, but
they are standing by.
And it's indeed by either sending an email off to Project Humanities at asu.edu or giving a call to all those operators standing by, just waiting for your phone call.
That's right. And the first thing you'll have to do is find a rotary phone, because that's
Question 10. What is the phrase used to describe Black memorabilia or ephemera that relates to African American history? A, blackamoor. B, offensive. C, Black Americana. C, Black Americana.